we've talked about how revealing embarrassing things can lead to both trust and respect, which is pretty cool. You get a 2-for-1. There's other ways to do this as well. And one of the big ones is leading conversation, right? When you lead, and this doesn't mean dominating what's being said necessarily, as much as it does sort of steering the path. What are you guys going to talk about? That breeds both trust and respect because one, it shows that I don't necessarily have an agenda. I'm not saying whatever I'm saying just to impress you. Two, I'm comfortable enough with myself and you to steer this conversation down paths that fascinate me, to get past the small talk and into stuff that I care about. Now, sort of coming up with these topics is really what we talk about in flowing conversation, expert conversation. I don't want to go too deep into this, but I will give you one quick thing that you can do in your first interactions to do this, because you're going to start exchanging a bit of information about each other. And what you can focus on here, now that you've done a bit of the fun, you've started to get trust, you're building respect, is to steer conversations down the path that most fascinate you by asking questions. So if someone says something and you are truly and genuinely interested, what you can do is say, hold on, like, you got to tell me more about that. Like, so you just went on a meditation retreat? Was it like guided meditation? Did you sit there all day in silence? Like, I'm curious, tell me more. When you start to steer this down the path of something that you genuinely care about, you cannot blow smoke up the person's butt. It comes through when you're just like, oh, like yoga. I was out the other night and I watched a guy try to pick up a girl who was a yoga teacher. And it was so transparent because he came in with one thing. She wasn't really having it. She says, yoga. Oh, yoga. Like, I just really like to sit and connect with myself. Like, do you meditate too? That's so fascinating. And it came across so false because it was false, right? Because he was just grasping at things to do. Now, someone else who really cares, I'm sure their body language would have conveyed like, oh, wait, you're a yoga teacher? Like, no kidding. I just did this awesome yoga retreat. You have to tell me what kind you do, vinyasa, whatever. That is going to be much better than faking it. So, my phone is ringing. That is the end of this clip. We're moving on to the next thing, which I believe is a video breakdown.